Have you ever wondered how artists create their masterpieces? Well, today we're going to unravel one of the fundamental secrets of drawing, the power of shapes. Yes, the humble shape, from the circle to the square, the triangle to the oval, is the bedrock of all art. You see, every object, every form, every figure you've ever laid eyes on can be reduced to simple shapes. The grandest of landscapes or the most intricate of portraits all start with basic geometric forms. A tree isn't just a tree, it's a combination of cylinders and spheres. A face isn't just a face, it's a collection of circles, ovals, and triangles. Understanding how to see these shapes and how to translate them onto paper is the first step in enhancing your drawing skills. It's about breaking down complexity into manageable, recognizable parts. So, ready to unlock the secret world of shapes? Let's dive right in. Look around you. Can you see the shapes that make up the objects in your surroundings? Let's delve into the fascinating world of shapes and how they form the basis of everything we see around us. It's all about simplifying the complex, breaking down the everyday objects into fundamental shapes. Interestingly, most objects can be divided into circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles. Take a moment and think about a coffee mug. What does it look like to you? It's essentially a cylinder, isn't it? The body of the mug is a cylindrical shape, while the handle can be seen as a rectangle or an oval, depending on the style. The bottom of the mug, that's a circle. Isn't it amazing how these simple shapes come together to form an object that's so commonplace yet so essential in our lives? Now let's consider a book. It's a rectangle, right? But look a little closer and you'll see more. The book's cover is indeed a rectangle, but what about the pages? They're smaller rectangles within the larger one. And the spine, that's another rectangle, albeit a very thin one. And what about a baseball? That's a sphere, a shape that we don't often consider because it's three-dimensional. But if you were to draw it, you'd start with a circle. Even something as complex as a bicycle can be broken down into simple shapes. The wheels, circles, the frame, a combination of triangles and rectangles. The seat, that's a trapezoid. The beauty of this approach is that it simplifies the world around us. It makes the process of drawing these items, or even just understanding their structure, much more manageable. By breaking objects down into their basic shapes, we can better understand their form and how they fit together. So, the next time you're looking at an object, try to see the shapes that make it up. You'll be surprised at how simple shapes can come together to form something complex and beautiful. Now that we can see shapes in the objects around us, it's time to put them on paper. Grab your pencil and paper, it's time to start drawing. Today we're going to explore the transformative power of shapes in art. It's fascinating how simple shapes can be combined and manipulated to give life to intricate drawings. But how do we do it? Let's find out. Imagine a quaint little house on a serene hill, basking under the golden sun. But wait, before your pencil touches the paper, let's break it down. What do you see? A triangle for the roof, a rectangle for the main body, smaller rectangles for the doors and windows. Simple, isn't it? Now let's bring this picture to life. Start with the rectangle for the main body of the house. Draw it lightly, we'll be adding details later. Next, let's add the triangular roof. Remember, it's all about getting the basic shape right. Now, onto the doors and windows. Draw smaller rectangles within the larger one. This is where our house starts to take form. See how these simple shapes come together to create something more complex? But we're not done yet. It's time to add some details. Draw lines on the roof to represent tiles. Add a pathway leading to the door, perhaps even a chimney. You see, it's these little details that breathe life into your drawing, giving it depth and personality. Now let's move on to our tree. Start with a basic rectangle for the trunk. For the foliage, think of it as a cloud-like shape, or a series of smaller circles grouped together. Don't worry about perfection. Trees are wonderfully irregular. Add a few lines for branches peeking out, and there you have it. A lovely tree to accompany our house. You see, drawing with shapes is all about breaking down complex images into manageable parts. It's about training your eye to see not just the object, but the shapes that make up that object. Once you master this, the world of drawing opens up in a whole new way. Look at that, you've just drawn an object using shapes. But there's more to learn, so keep practicing, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep drawing. Ready to level up your drawing skills? Now that you're comfortable with simple shapes, let's delve into more intricate objects. Think of a complex object as a puzzle, waiting to be solved with the right shapes. For instance, a bicycle isn't just two circles and a rectangle, it's a combination of circles, rectangles, lines, and even triangles. The key is to break down complex objects into simple, manageable shapes. And remember, drawing isn't a race. Take your time. Look closely at your subject and don't be afraid to make adjustments as you go. The beauty of art is in the journey, not just the destination. Now, the most important part of advancing your skills is practice. Draw every day if you can. Experiment with different shapes, combine them in unique ways, and watch as your art evolves. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep drawing, keep exploring shapes, and soon you'll see a massive improvement in your art.